Hello everyone. So this is our fifth part on HTML. Already we have covered four parts. So now we are going to discuss very important tags of HTML form. So the various topics that we are going to cover today are HTML form introduction, then about various controls that can be used in the HTML form like label, input field, multi-line input field, which is the further part to input field, then about radio button, then data list. Further we will have discussion on checkbox, then on the email, password field, number field, then file selector. Then in the last we will discuss about submit button and reset button. So these are the topics that we are going to discuss. So let's move to our first slide, that is the introduction on HTML forms. HTML forms are used to collect the data from the visitor, like the number of users used to visit our website, and we just want to collect the data and the important information about them. Then we can create one simple HTML form in our website so that we can get the user information in the text boxes or other controls. But one thing has to be remembered over here, that if we want to save the data in the database which has been collected from the user using the form controls, then we need to work in combination with some programming language. Like different programming languages are there we can use, like PHP, ASP, Java, etc., which work very comfortably with the HTML forms. So let's move to our next slide. So here I have taken just names of the various controls that we are going to cover. So let's have our important slide. How to use the label and input field. So what is the use of label? Label is used to just display the information or text about the visitor. Like we can give first name, last name, address. These are the simple text elements. Like the code over here in the label tag, for means that it is the unique ID for this label. Then we just need to give the text, then the closing tag for label. So this is a simple syntax for label. Then about the input field. Input field means that the text box where we will have the data about the user, where the user will fill the text. So I have taken the code input type is equal to, in the double quotes I have taken text. Text means that this is the text box and the ID is the unique ID or the name of this particular text box. So along with this we have given the ID name must be same as that of the label name. It means that this particular text box is working in combination with that label. Then we are giving the name of the text box. So this is the simple coding for label and input field. So let's move to our next slide. It is about multi-line input field. Multi-line input field means that if in case we want to have the multiple lines from the user, then we can use the input field as multi-line, that is the text area. Here we can give the various attributes like ID, rows and columns. ID means that the unique name of this particular control. Then one very important like attribute is row span and calls. It means that the number of rows and the number of columns we need to provide. So the third attribute that can be used along with the rows and calls are max length. As its name represents, max length means that the maximum number of characters that can be allowed in text area. It means that beyond that limit, user cannot enter more characters in that multi-line input field. So this was about multi-line input field. So next we are having about the radio buttons. So what is the use of radio button? Radio buttons are used to get the data from the user from the number of options. Like we are providing two options over here in the example, male or female. But the user has to select only one option, either male or female. So the different attributes that are working along with the radio button HTML tag is name and value. So here is the code for radio button. Input type is equal to, in the double quotes I have given radio, means that it is a radio button. Then name of all the options must be same. Like I have taken name is equal to gender for both radio buttons. Then value will be different for both options, like one is female and another one is male. So these are the values that need to be stored in the database. Then along with that I have given simple text like female and male. So this is the simple output. So next we are having data list. Data list is used to have the drop down list in which we will have the number of options. The HTML code for data list is very simple. Like data list, then ID we can provide like city I have given, then different options along with the value attribute. Value attribute will be different for all the options. Like these are the values that need to be displayed on the data list and which has to be stored in the database also. So this is a simple code. First I have taken one like input control, then along with that I have taken the data list. So data list is the paired control or tag. It means that data list will have the opening and closing tag both. So let's move to our next slide. It is about checkbox. So now we will have the confusion that what is the difference between a radio button and checkbox. In case of radio button, we can select only one option from the number of the options given. But in case of checkbox, we can check the multiple options. So this is the difference between radio button and checkbox. Like we will have the multiple options and we can tick the multiple options also at same time. It will just display the tick sign on the checkbox. So here is the code and output. Like I have taken one input type, then checkbox, its type will be checkbox, then ID, that is the unique name, then name, then value also we need to provide. Then simply this same code like input and label, this same code will be written for every option. You can view the HTML code over here and check the output also. So this is the simple code for checkbox. So next we are having email. Email is very useful tag. This is the element which is used to accept the email ID from the user. So what is the benefit over here? It will just validate whether it is correct or not. Like it is having the correct syntax like @.com, .co, .in. So it will check the format also. So here is a simple code, that is type we need to mention as in the double quotes email. Then as usual we need to provide the ID and name also for this control. So here is the output and its validation also showing error if we are giving the wrong data. So next we are having password field. Password field is used to get the password from the user like in the form of dotted, so that it must be encrypted. It must not be displayed as it is in the text box. Here we need to give the type as password. So this is the password field. Next we are having number field. What is the use of number field? Number field is basically used to get the numeral data from the user. Like I have taken enter quantity. in enter quantity, I have taken one like tag input type is equal to, in the double quotes we need to give over here number. Number means that only numbers will be allowed. So in the next code, I have taken one drop down form where I have taken minimum and maximum value. It means that we will have the different values between 0 to 20 only. So this is the another example. So I have taken one line explanation also for the different attributes for number field, that is minimum, maximum, steps, that is the gap between the values, then the value, that is the initial value that need to be displayed in the list. So this is about number field. Next is file selector. File selector is used to just attach one file in the control. So here type need to be mentioned as file. So here you can view the output also. This is file selector. Then in the last we are having simple discussion on submit button and reset button. Submit button is very useful. If we are using form control, we need to have one submit button at the last to just submit the entire data in the database. So for this we need to take the action also and another page also, so that we can display one another form as successful form after submission of the entire form data. And the reset button is used to just clear the values whatever has been entered by the user. So as the name represents, it is used as resetting of values. So here you can view the entire registration form and different controls using HTML form elements. So let's have some MCQs. The first question is, which form element execute action attribute of form tag when clicked? So what is the correct answer? Answer is option number 3, submit button. So submit button is used to just perform the action attribute. It means that just to submit the values to the database or to traverse to another page. So our next question is, which form element is only used to display information to the user or visitor? It means that if a user has been visited our website, there must be simple information that has to be displayed on the web page. So which of the answer option is correct? So the fourth option is correct, label. Label is a simple control which is used to display the information or text. So this was all about HTML form elements.